Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly July reading. This is for the week of July 6th to the 12th. And it's really interesting because I got the King of Coins reverse and the Two of Swords. So this is like the two central cards that are the opposite of what Aries got, which means that Aries is waiting on possibly an earth sign. So I feel that a lot of you might be romantically or financially linked with an Aries in some way. Keep me posted and let me know if this is true, because those same cards, exact same cards, different position, like in the reverse position, popped up for Aries. So let's see. I am going to pull the rest of the cards, and I did shuffle them too, by the way. So it's not because of a shuffling problem. It's a little weird. So okay, yeah, the rest of the cards are different. So let's see how this is going to play out. So I'm going to pull out the cards first before I talk, and that way they will tell a more coherent story. Okay, so at the heart of the matter, we have the King of Coins in the reverse position. So that is an earth sign. I'm going to read the card as you, and what it is indicating is misrepresentation. Okay, so there is something that that you are not honest about. So that's one way it can play out. Okay, so let's just put that up front. And another way this can play out with the Two of Swords, which is the card of decision. Okay, crossing it is I feel that for a lot of you, you're kind of like very you're feeling like very impatient and very like stuck. Okay, you're feeling like your life is kind of dependent on another person, in which you're waiting on a resolution, and it's dragging on, it's taking longer than you anticipated, and at this point you're feeling like a little bit impatient. And I know that Taurus are very, very patient of all the signs of the zodiac. Well, Capricorn too. Capricorn, very, very patient. However, this is like stretching the limits of your patience, okay, your ability to like handle the situation. And at the same time, you can't really like step outside of it and do anything about it, because the Two of Swords indicate also like not having enough information to make a decision. So you're at this kind of like stuck, but at the same time like kind of trapped type of mode. However, the outcome looks very good, so bear with me on this, okay? So in the past position, we have the Hermit in the upright position. So this is basically shining light, getting insights on a situation. In the past, you feel as if, okay, this is probably not good for me. I feel that a lot of you have reached a point where you're just like, I know what I need to do, and I know like what's good for me and what's not, and I should proceed with the things that are not good for me. I shouldn't proceed with the things that are not good for me. However, your mind is telling you this, but your heart is telling you something else, which is that you're going to give somebody else another try, another chance, okay? So thank God the outcome looks good, because the rest of the cards might be a little bit problematic, okay? So in terms of what's coming in immediately, we have the Six of Wands in the reverse position. So a lot of you have an inkling like, oh, this person, you know, we've had multiple run-ins with in the past, and they don't really deliver. They're a little bit of a flake. So I don't really know how this is going to work out, okay? So what's crowning you here is the Seven of Coins in the reverse position. So this is like basically the history of this situation, which is that one party gives more than, you know, one party gives more than the other. One party always ends up taking more. So this is not an egalitarian type of relationship. There are imbalances in this relationship that was never properly addressed. Instead of you know, giving it a voice, instead of like talking about this situation, I do feel that you or the other party have always overlooked the situation, and you feel like it's not going to be a big deal because, you know, they're minor. However, for this week, something major is creeping up, in which you're like, I really have to make sure that the other person is going to meet me halfway. Something, so, you know, in the course of the relationship, at the beginning, you have a little more leeway. So things build up, they escalate. And at this point for this week, I do feel that a lot of you might be like in a situation where it's kind of like life or death, where it's a little bit more important. And you're just thinking to yourself, will the other person deliver or will they not? Okay. So in terms of your what's in the environment that you're not aware of here, we have the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is in the reverse position. So, in the upright, it indicates like leaving your past behind and moving to calmer waters, okay? Leaving like the past completely behind, physically, leaving people physically behind. In the reverse position, I do feel that you are going to get an opportunity here to either, go back to it, to do it yourself, which is something I would strongly suggest. I would strongly suggest that you go back and try to fix it yourself rather than depending on another person. And I'll tell you why in a little bit, but I do feel here that this energy is not conducive for anything completely stable, okay? It's not stable. And especially, let's see. Okay, so let's just go through the rest of the cards. So that's what I'm sensing here. And what's in your environment is also what you're not aware of. If you are kind of like romantically involved with another person, I do feel that you're just thinking, should like you've already established that you both are in a relationship. They might be a little bit sneaky, okay? So like they might be going back to an ex, they might be stepping out of that situation. So that's just something you want to be careful about. If there are imbalances in the relationship and you're the one always giving and the other person is always taking, or you are the ones always, well, in this situation you're in the reverse position, so I would say if you were like the ones that's taking, the other person might be seeking that to rectify that imbalance with another person outside of the relationship. In terms of I feel that a lot of you might be dealing with a fire sign. If you are dealing with a fire sign and you're going through this as well, let me know, okay? Um, in terms of like the advice here is the sun in the reverse position. I do feel that the delays are coming through mainly to show you somebody else's true colors, okay? So I do feel that situation needs to be addressed. It also needs to be rectified, but at the same time, I do sense that you should go it alone as a result of this, okay? Because I do sense that in terms of your external environment, this is something that other people are dealing with. It's the Ten of Swords in the reverse position. So at the same time, I'm getting the same theme with these two cards. This is like going back to a situation from the past, okay? The situation itself was very painful, and you've had to go back to it to fix it because the other person kind of like reneged on their promises. They might have stepped out of the relationship. They didn't hold up their end of the bargain. They didn't, uphold their promises, for example. Okay, so you're kind of like, again, I have to go back and fix it, and I would suggest that you fix it yourself alone. I think that's going to be better. In terms of your hopes and fears here, and this is more of a hope card, it is basically the King of Cups, which is somebody who is very, very nurturing. So you're kind of like hoping for the best in this situation, and you're hoping to be emotionally fulfilled. You're hoping that the other person will come through. But I feel at this point, you're going to have to like go back and redo it, and like this past situation can be left behind for good, because in terms of what's coming in for you, we have the Ace of Cups, which is a brand new start and a new love situation, and it's corroborated by the Two of Cups in the upright position. So what I'm getting here is that going back to an old situation and fixing it is going to like shine light on who it is that is there for you and who's not, okay? So there were imbalances in the relationship, and it was never properly addressed. It was never like rectified by the other party. It left you very depleted, okay? So I feel that a lot of you just felt like your heart chakra, you give and give, and then you end up with like an empty cup. So a lot of you were just like very emotionally drained in this past interaction with somebody else. It could potentially be a fire sign, and now you're transitioning from possibly a fire sign to a water sign. Possibly, but it could play out in many ways too. I just feel that the new person, new situation coming in is going to meet you halfway. They are going to be like, they're going to strive for a more egalitarian type of entanglement relationship. it is going to like fulfill you. It's going to allow your heart chakra to like replenish itself, okay? So you're in a relationship where you're not giving all the time. The other person will be there to reciprocate and to help you through, you know, whatever challenges that that falls on you. So this is like the meeting of the minds here. This is a very good, stable relationship too, in every aspect, you know, romantic or business as well. At the same time, there is here an element of the cessation to fighting. Okay, so things are the arguments, the bickering, all of that is definitely stopping, mainly because you're no longer interacting with somebody from your past that always constantly let you down. You're meeting somebody who is going to be more emotionally nurturing, but like I'm just getting, you know, these are like human decency things. They're just a lot more considerate. They're just, you know, they take, when they're late, they will call you and let you know, I'm going to be late, forgive me, rather than keeping you, you know, hanging by the cafe, wondering when, you know, they're going to be there. So you're encountering a lot more like the people that are coming through are going to be a lot more courteous, or a lot more just good social manners. So you know, you're not going to have to like you're not going to be stood up, you're not going to be like left high and dry and wondering, you know, what happened. Okay, so in general, this is actually a very good week for you guys to find love, and you know, so get out there, start dating, and you know, mingle with people. And I do feel that just in the process of interacting with somebody, you're going to encounter somebody with like very, very good manners, and who has like the same, almost like the same sense of humor as you do. Okay, so you're going to meet somebody who is very similar to you in every way. So it's sort of like they're not going to leave you high and dry. They're not going to be late for appointments, for example. So, you know, if you are transitioning to from a fire sign to like a water sign, please let me know, keep me posted, let me know how this plays out for you, okay? So overall, Taurus, it is looking to be a very, very nice, nice weekend. So I hope you enjoy yourself, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.